So it came about. I'm now going into my second season, so I wasn't one of the originals. So the club had been going for one full season before I'd arrived. But my understanding of it was that a number of guys got together, bigger guys who wanted to get a bit fitter back into football. Just felt that maybe your regular grassroots Sunday league was just a bit kind of beyond their fitness levels. So that they started up a team, and I think there was other teams that had similar ideas and a similar ethos. So friendlies and things were played, and eventually that became the Warriors League. So um, a guy called Gary Thorne, he's the chairman of the league. So he's got the everything kind of up and running with that, and obviously Leith Athletic Giants, or Edinburgh Giants, when they were originally came about, they got things going in Edinburgh and got a team together. And I arrived going into the second season, and just thought it was a brilliant thing to get guys back playing football. Yes, it's a national league, and there's a lot of good stadia in the league. That's one of the draws for guys to sort of be involved. There's a team from Falkirk that sometimes play in Falkirk's ground, Stenhouse Muir. We play sometimes on the main pitch at Meadowbank Stadium, which is where we train. So you're getting really a chance to play in some really good facilities and grounds, which is pretty decent. I think there was a guy who was a Reid fan, and I ended up getting to play a match through in Reid. So we perks like that's good. But National League, I think it's now got three divisions, I believe. Um, we're in what's the championship in the middle. And yes, this is the third season of the league going into, and my second season with Leith. I'm well into my 30s now. I've got kids and stuff, and I think there'll be a lot of the guys will be in a similar situation to that because you've got family commitments or work, and you're maybe not doing the same exercise or not playing football the same, and you sort of drift out of it a little bit. And this gives an opportunity to get back involved. So it's fair to say that that's a decent portion of it. But there's also young guys that want to get fitter. There's a couple of veterans, shall we say, older than me that feel that's a good level that they can still compete. And obviously the nature of the league, which is to help guys lose weight, but also mindful of sort of like mental health and socializing and just being here for each other. So there is some guys that haven't played a lot of football, or they've not played a lot, 11-a-side football. So having a couple of older heads or having a couple of coaches or guys that have maybe been about teams in the past is a good thing. One of the stipulations of the league, though, is there's no former like semi-pros or junior players. Again, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are experienced amateur players and stuff, but it's just to try and keep the league competitive. And I should have been for to answer your question about the league more specifically. You must have a BMI of 30 or more, and you must have a 38-inch around the navel, which is your belly button. So that's not your waist. So it's all relative, but 38 around the belly is not that big. So there's a wide sort of variation on the players that compete in the league. And of that, there'll be some non-criteria players, or we sometimes called legacy players. Now, the idea is that you can have a maximum of 4 of those in a squad, and they're all guys that they must have met the criteria at some stage. But if you do well and you lose weight and you're enjoying playing, it's not a case of you're then out the door, because there needs to be something, an incentive for guys to stick around. Now, the hope would be that some players will get to a fitness level that they might go back into your more typical leagues, or they might go on to something else. But for the guys who are just enjoying it and they've got themselves fitter, they can take one of these non-criteria spots. And of course, if you end up with more than 4 non-criteria players in your club, then they're just competing for those positions the same as you would at any other football team.
Sure.